Last week, one of the hottest stocks that most people were trading was PLTR. Now, they had earnings, and after earnings, actually kept dropping on the downside, and it gave a lot of opportunities, especially for day traders. And I happened to actually catch 2 days of PLTR on the downside. And today, I'm gonna break down one of those days, explaining why I took it, what was the reason behind the trade, how we scaled out, and the overall picture in terms of what you need to look for when you're going after these setups. So you know when to focus on these setups beforehand, before market opens up, so you know exactly when to execute. Let's get into it. So this was the trade on PLTR, right? My position size was roughly around 45,000. I've started to increase my position size a little bit. And based on the way I scaled out, the net profit was around 88% return. So roughly around $40,000 of profit on this particular trade. But before I explain the scale out, let's kind of move back to pre-market to understand why this was a trade on my watch list. Right? So before we even get into that, one thing that you have to look into is going to be what the bigger picture is showing. So in here, the biggest picture is showing us that the overall stock is pushing down. So breaking down this week's price action, you guys can see right here, we had earnings, right? We gapped up, and once we gapped up, we opened up right around 165.16, and we just kind of dropped and kept dropping, right? Initially, when this stock opened up here, this would have given us a gap from 165 all the way down to 151. However, when you go into pre-market data, right, you will obviously see that price action happening pre-market, but for gap fills, we don't count those types of pre-market data, right? So now the following day, which was Wednesday, this is another day that we did catch PLTR. We dropped into that gap, going down to 150, all the way down to 140 on that day. So to take into context, going into Thursday, and that's when this trade was taken, we already had 2 back-to-back red days, and we had very aggressive volume on the daily chart, right? So now going into pre-market before this drop, so this is what you would have seen during that pre-market price action, all right? And the way we would want to break down this pre-market action is, overall, the stock is already dropping, right? We have a downside trend, and going into pre-market, we pretty much gave up previous day's low, which was around 136. So looking into the pre-market price action, you guys can see that we gave up that previous day's low, which was around 136, right around here. And then we kind of kept retesting that, but not being able to hold above it. And then going into the open, we see that little pullback coming in where we gave up 136 on the upside, and translating that into the 5-minute time frame. Once you guys see we zoomed in, price kind of held that 136. And as that second candle rejects and comes right back, we close into the 136 level. And the moment we close into the 136 level, this is where I decided to go for the puts. And this is what made me decide that I'm going to take a short position. Because again, to summarize, overall daily chart looked weak. We kept pushing down. Going into the pre-market data, we broke previous day's low, which was 136. And then at the open, once we regained that, sellers stepped in. We pressed right back under 136. And this was a signal for me to go with the puts. And this is where the moment we closed into this is where I got into the trade. The strike I went with was 130, because the moment I executed on this, we were already almost under 135. That wouldn't have been an ideal entry point for that strike selection, because it would have already been in the money and we would have been overpaying for that premium. So the second part of this trade then comes to scaling out, right? The entry for us was around $1.50 on this trade. And as this is pushing down, usually I try to get out at least 10 to 15% return on the first scale out, just so I have enough cushion, because usually my stop losses are anywhere between 10 to 15%. Sometimes they even hit 20%. So I try to scale out my first initial scale out to be around that much percentage, which is right here around $2. So my goal was to get out over $2. So the moment we crossed, I scaled out a little bit at $2.05. And as we press down here, I increased my stop, scaled out one more time at $2.25. And as I saw that it was continuously going down, you guys can see very consistent volume, very large body of candles. And this was giving us the reason to stay in the trade, and those premiums were hitting a very high return. Now, you guys will notice as we got closer to the 130 level, this is where I started to scale out less aggressively. The reason for that is that my strike is $130. So if your strike is already in the money, that is going to be considered for you to be very safe in terms of your position, because now it's in the money and now you're not going to lose premium value. So once it becomes in the money, that's where premiums really start to increase in value. So here it was at $3.45. And at this low, we went as high as, I believe, around $4 and change. And I scaled out at $3.80, having my stop right around that 130 level, which was my strike price, right? So once you are below, in this case, if you're in a put, your price of the stock is below your strike price and you're in the money, that is going to be your new stop loss once you have scaled out. And you guys can see, because we couldn't really hold below that 130, we gave that up on the next candle. This is where my stop was triggered. I got out at the final position size around $3.10, which gave me a net of around 88%. Now, even though the price of our entry was $1.50 and at peak of our exit it was at $3.80, it's very hard to hold your full position. But once you scale out and you have a higher success of, all right, if once the stock goes away from your entry point at a certain point, you become more comfortable and you can start scaling out less, and that will bring you a higher net percentage return on that trade. So this was pretty much the summary of why we took the PLTR short trade. We scaled out very, very well on this trade as well, giving us a net 88% return. And this was pretty much a break of previous day's low and pre-market low in combination with the 15-minute range break, which happened right around here. So whenever you have early confirmations for these trades, such as the pre-market levels or previous day's break, that will give you higher confirmation to take any early trades. I didn't wait for that 15-minute range to break. Got in the moment this candle closed, which was roughly around within the first 10 minutes of the open, right? Usually people like to wait until after, but once you have all these confirmations that I laid out from the beginning of this video, it gives you a higher probability of a follow through in that direction. I hope this video was helpful. Comment below what other topics I should cover for you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next video.